All right, today we're putting on our detective hats. We're going to open up a case file on one single YouTube video that, honestly, at first glance, makes absolutely no sense. But as we're about to find out, it might just hold a secret blueprint for how a ton of content gets made today.
So that's the big question, right? What can we learn from just one video? We're going to break this thing down piece by piece and uncover a really fascinating and, surprisingly common strategy that's changing how people think about content, context, and who they're even making it for.
Every good investigation has to start with the evidence. So first, let's just look at this digital artifact, exactly as you'd find it out in the wild.
Okay, so here's our case file. The video is called APT.Bunny, apparently an official music video featuring K-pop superstar Rosé and Bruno Mars? It's on a channel called SH Kids, and the lyrics kick off with a, let's say, pretty adult theme. Already you can feel something's off, right? None of these pieces seem to fit together.
To figure this out, we have to break it down. So let's start by just deconstructing that title, looking for clues about what this video is actually trying to do.
So clue number one, the main performer is APT Bunny. I mean, that name alone just screams cartoon character, right? Probably some animated animal, which, is a total classic for kids' entertainment. So far, so good. Seems pretty straightforward.
But then we hit this. The title also credits Rosé from Blackpink and Bruno Mars. I mean, these are two of the biggest pop stars on the entire planet. Their music is for adults. It's mainstream, it's sophisticated, and this right here is our first major contradiction.
And this is where the plot really thickens. The video is on a channel that is literally called S Kids. They're not being subtle about it at all. The creator is basically waving a giant flag saying who they think is watching. The puzzle pieces are just getting weirder and weirder.
Okay, now let's follow the little digital breadcrumbs the creator left behind for us, the hashtags. You can think of these as intentional signposts, trying to point the YouTube algorithm and the viewers in a certain direction.
And, well, here it is, our most direct clue yet. The hashtag #KidsSongs. There is zero ambiguity here. The creator is taking this cover of an adult pop song and is explicitly labeling it as content for children. Now that contradiction is just impossible to ignore.
The hashtag cover tag is actually pretty important too. It's like an honest confession that, hey, this isn't an original, it's a reinterpretation. It acknowledges the song came from Rosé and Bruno Mars, but it's also trying to shove it into a completely new box. And this final tag, #AnimalMusicStars, that brings us right back to our performer, APT Bunny. This suggests this isn't just a random one-off video, it's probably part of a whole genre, or maybe even a series. It kind of hints at a whole universe of these singing animal stars.
So, let's just step back and look at the evidence. In one corner, you have all the clues pointing to this being for kids. The channel name, the cartoon bunny, all the hashtags. But in the other corner, you have the source material, the song itself, which is, without a doubt, for adults. So how can both of these things be true?
And that brings us to our final and I think most telling piece of evidence, the lyrics. This is the key that's going to unlock the whole contradiction we've been uncovering.
So the lyrics are all about romance, desire. They've got this very adult theme. Now, when you imagine those words being sung, probably by a cute little animated bunny, that clash between the message and the messenger becomes just so obvious. And this really gets to the core of the whole mystery.
So, to solve this, we need to understand a key idea: recontextualization. It's actually a pretty simple concept. It just means that when you take something out of its original environment and you plop it down into a new one, you can totally transform what it means.
Okay, we've got the evidence, we have our key concept. It's time to put all the pieces together and officially solve the case of APT Bunny.
So here's the playbook, laid out in 4 steps. First, a creator picks a really popular, catchy song that adults already know and love. Second, they get a friendly, non-threatening character, like an animal, to perform it. Third, they label and tag it over and over again for a young audience. And what's the result? The original meaning, all that romance and desire, it just gets stripped away. The song is recontextualized as just a fun, bouncy tune for kids.
And this is why this whole thing matters. This isn't just some weird one-off video. It's a deliberate and honestly kind of brilliant content strategy. And why does it work so well? Well, because it's a shortcut.
Think about it. Instead of spending a ton of money to create an original hit song for kids, creators can just borrow one that's already a proven smash hit. They use the built-in popularity of a global pop song, they get parents who might even recognize the melody, and they just repackage the whole thing for a new, younger audience. It totally blurs the lines between what's media for adults and what's for kids.
So we close our case with this one final thought. When an adult pop song is completely recontextualized by an animated bunny for an audience of toddlers, who's the real artist here? Is it the original pop stars who wrote it, or is it the creator who gave it a totally new meaning for a totally new generation? It's a question that really gets to the heart of what creativity and ownership even mean in our digital world.